Hello guys, and welcome back to this new video. So today we are going to talk about the Incas Nazi history. Specifically, we are going to talk about quipus. If you don't know what they are, yes, welcome to the club. Like, I didn't know before this, but now I do. And of course, I'm going to share it with you. So, what are quipus? Quipus are like devices, or I should say here were devices. Devices made with strings and knots. Specifically, you would have like a whole canvas where a bunch of strings, a bunch of cords, ropes were all in this canvas, and all of those cords, strings would have knots. One knot, multiple knots, that would depend. And they were used mostly, not entirely though, to collect information. Specifically, we are talking about the Inca Empire in Peru between 1400 and 1532, and we are talking about these strings with knots that were used by the so-called quipu, meaning, in other words, the bureaucrats of the Inca Empire, to collect the information that was mostly sort of mathematical information, specifically on tax allocation and census figures. And so those people would climb up the slopes, the mountains of Peru to reach those small villages and then collect information. Now, every knot is very peculiar because every knot gives us, and technically speaking, not really us, but was giving to them because we are not able to fully decipher all of this, but every knot has the ability, contains a whole lot of information. Why? Because it doesn't just depend on how many knots we can actually see, but it depends also on the loops, the spin, the position, meaning the height of the knot on that particular string, and all the strings of that sort of canvas put together might give us an entire global picture of a certain village. And the Incas, that are one of the greatest civilization, though they didn't invent anything like wheels or markets or writing, the Incas were using exactly quipus. There was always a kashkis, and I hopefully am not butchering any pronunciation, but this kashkis would climb up the mountains, reach those villages, and collect all of that, all of the information that he needed to allow the Inca Empire to keep tabs on its population. So those quipus contain a variety of information, like one's social standing, one's clan, and social ranking in the village, and the information was publicly available, apparently, in the sense that this wasn't necessarily elitarian as a form of knowledge, and those quipus were made in public places, like a public square, where all the people from a particular village or neighbor would gather and then give off their own information to the Incas bureaucrats of the empire. Now, we know that 2/3 of the quipus we have are of mathematical nature, but fascinatingly enough, there is a third of quipus that has nothing to do with mathematics, nothing to do with collecting, gathering tax information, but has to do with narration. However, we have absolutely no clue because we haven't exactly deciphered QUIPUS. We have absolutely no clues what they're saying, because every time we see a note and we see, for instance, 3 loops in that note, we don't know if that really means 3 pesos, for instance, 3 pounds, $3, whatever. If that means 3 as in the third person, which we would have no clue still, but it would be the third person, so meaning 1 person, or 3 people, or the person that lived on the 3rd street, or anything of that nature. In other words, this is secret as of right now that experts are trying to decipher, but up until this point we are absolutely clueless on the meaning of those QUIPUS. And so hopefully we will know soon enough, and we will be able to decipher and break the code soon enough of those QUIPUS. In the meantime, if you see a QUIPUS, don't look at it like a weird sort of construction or of canvas, but look at it as something that contains an amount of information that has, to this point, been lost, and hopefully we'll be able to recover it. But that is lost because nowadays QUIPUS, to my knowledge, are not made anymore. They were extremely easy to decipher at the time, so much so that when the Spanish conquistadores arrived, they had their own transcribers and scribes that actually transcribed in writing the QUIPUS. So they contained an amount of information that was essential for the Spanish to have in order to keep their government running. Anyway, guys, with that being said, that is it. Let me know if you do know more about QUIPUS, if you knew what QUIPUS were, and we are going to talk more about something else possibly next time in a new video. For now, that is it. If you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it, subscribe, and of course comment below. Hit the notification bell, and we'll talk soon. Bye!